your boy Ancient Albatross here, back again with the Cypher Unlimited crew -1. But we have our boy Spiggs 18 here. Alpha Dean sitting this one out. But Anthony, what are we doing here tonight?
We're here to talk about Cypher Con. Finally, we hammered out all the details. We could talk. Finally, announce it to the public. Yes, MCG entrusted us to handle a mini con for them, designed to teach new players to learn the system and to get old players playing into the game. So we're really excited to talk about this. This actually been in the works, about a month and a half, almost 2 months now that we were tossing around this idea, and it's finally happening. So I'm excited.
Yeah, it's definitely been, the server hasn't heard wind of it. There's been behind the scenes stuff. We've been talking with Kate of MCG, their new marketing person, and we've been trying to get the wheels going, and it looks like they're finally going.
Yeah, so guys, it's gonna be a 3-week con, running 4 days a week, starting next Thursday on July 20th. Every Thursday, we're going to have rules discussions and special channels set up on the Cypher Unlimited Discord. So if you haven't joined the Discord, please do. It's the only way to get actually involved in this con. But every Thursday for 3 consecutive weeks, we had Sean K. Reynolds behind the scenes a couple weeks ago recording a ton of excellent how to learn the Cypher system videos for us. So he recorded like 10 different videos breaking down each of the core mechanics of Cypher system. And we're going to release a couple, we're going to premiere a couple every Thursday. And new players can hop on and ask questions as well as vets. So, it's designed to create this open discussion about the rules.
Yep. It's going to be very exciting. We will drop access to those channels probably the day before, so probably 19th. Look out for a message that's going to tell you, hey, this is how you gain access to the Cypher Con channels. It's essentially just going to be a role emote, just like how you get you react to a role to gain access to the server. You'll react to a role to gain the Cypher Con attendee role, and that's how you'll gain access to the channels where we'll be dropping these videos, and where people will be discussing the games and whatnot. So keep an eye out for that.
Special thank you to Ken Hupp for this awesome Cypher Con logo that he whipped up in the last minute today, actually. I was talking to Ken Hupp, and he was like, hey, anything I could do to help? And I was like, hey, it'll be really cool to have a logo. And like an hour later, he gave me like 40 choices to go show MCG. So he is absolutely phenomenal. Special thank you to Underground Oracle Publishing, to Mr. Tarask, and to Gonza Gaming, because they've given us a ton of stuff to put in our free con grab bags. So there's gonna be, and MCG, of course, they given us some stuff as well. So we're gonna have some cool PDFs and coupon grab bag for everyone participating in the con. So I'm really excited to announce that. That's gonna be really cool. Also, to go back to the actual con itself, games will be run Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we're still looking for GMs. And we posted on the Discord and we posted on Facebook. I'm not sure if Al could share the link now, but you need to be a member of the Monica Games asset team. So if you want to run a game and you are not a member, it's free to join. Just go to the MCG site and apply for the asset team. And as soon as you get that, we'll give you access to the asset team room on Discord, and you'll be able to put in your entries. Just for the record, it doesn't have to be organized. It doesn't have to be a set setting that MCG provides. It could be anything that you want to run, as long as it fits in the 4-hour time frame and is friendly to new players.
Yep, and as usual, just with most conventions, keep it mostly family friendly. You don't have as much time to do a session 0, find out what people's lines and veils or whatever have, X cards. You always want to have those safety tools available, but try to keep things on the milder side if possible, as you would in a convention setting. But
Yeah,
yeah, it should be a great time. But go ahead and
yeah. Ideally, the goal is when Kate first approached us about doing something like this, which I'm 100% on board with. The goal was to, we had this whole influx of new people checking out the Cypher system, between the Wizards of the Coast, debacle that happened a couple of months ago, and just the popularity of Cypher system as a whole, right? You know, you had all these people purchase the Cypher system core book or purchased one of the many great settings that they provide, but have yet to play it. And that, that could come from a lot of different things. That could come from their group, are just not, ready to try a new system, or they don't have anyone to play with. So we wanted to figure out a way that we could get new players and GMs to try out the Cypher system, at a free course. They'll just join the Discord and, try it out. If they don't like it, they don't like it. But if they do, hopefully we'll get more Cypher players, and that's a good thing for all of us.
Yeah, most definitely. That's what we're hoping to accomplish here is really opening that door for people who have shown interest, who have bought the books, or maybe they've not bought the books, but are excited about the CSRD, because you can basically play for free now if you have that reference document. It is an awesome document. So anyone who's interested in Cypher System will have the opportunity to try it out now. Hopefully, that is the aim, the goal here. And yeah, if like Anthony was saying before, just to go backwards a little bit, if you're interested in running and are not part of the asset team, I have been dropping the Discord link in the chat here. If you join the Discord, you will see a message in our announcements channel talking about Cypher Con, and there is a link to the asset team sign up page as well. I can probably Google real fast and put it in this chat as well, but you can find it on the Discord along with the messaging for Cypher Con.
And we haven't posted. We're waiting to get all the GMs, tabulated. And once we do that, there'll be a sign up genius form that Monica Games will produce. And you, of course, will have the link on the Discord. You'll go on the Discord, and then you'll see all these wonderful games that are being run. Me, Al, and Dean will all be running games. Ked Hub, all the wonderful, fantastic GMs that I've grown to know and love and consider friends from the Cypher Unlimited Discord. 99% of them are all running games. Ked Hub, Jason C, Malfectious. We're gonna have all these people that I personally know are fantastic GMs running, and I guarantee you your experience will be in good hands. Not to mention that MCG is bringing out a lot of the big guns from the asset team as well, some veterans from the asset team that are all volunteering to run games as well. So it's going to be super cool.
Yeah, we already have quite a few GMs signed up. Again, not all the slots are taken yet, so definitely if you're interested, take a look-see on the server and look at, the asset team channel if you have access. If you're an asset team member and don't have access to that channel, just let us know and we can get you hooked up. I believe there is a role message that lets you add it as well. I forget, honestly, but we can get you situated if not. And yeah, in the asset team channel, you can find the sign up. Go ahead.
Also, guys, the cutoff date to post games is the 22nd, right, Al?
Correct. So after the 22nd, we'll be locking down that sign up. Yeah. So if you want to post a game, be sure to get in on that before the 22nd. Someone just asked a really good question. What is the turnaround time for being approved for the asset team? I sent an application a few days ago, but haven't heard back. We can probably. Go ahead. Ant?
Garoff, either hit me up on Discord with the name that you use to, apply for, and I'll guarantee that you'll get approved as soon as possible.
Yeah, so that's actually what I was gonna say. Like anyone who's signing up for the asset team in recent days or weeks, they have been quite busy. So be sure to, if you sign up for the asset team or a new asset team member, message one of us directly, either Ancient Albatross or Spiggs18 on server, and message us with the information to use to sign up, and we can get to MCG directly and hopefully get that process expedited, whatever. We can hopefully use our position to help out. And the asset team it's not a thread, it is its own channel, and you need access to the asset team role to access it. I can, if you're an asset team member and don't have access to it, after the stream is done, be sure to send me a DM right now, and so I don't forget, and we can get you situated. It should be easy enough, and yeah, it's just all the sign up information for GMs is held within the MCG asset team channel. We'll if go ahead.
And just the purpose of that, one, it's easier for us because this is all new to us as well. So, and we've been making a hell of a lot of mistakes, but that's to be expected. So, we're figuring that this is the trial run, and once we hammer out all the details, we plan to do another version of this maybe in the winter, and it'll run a lot smoother. So bear with us. But our thought process on this was that it's just easier for us to vet all the GMs and to prevent, just an overflood of games that wouldn't necessarily make sense, to teach new players. So the easiest way to vet that process was to, go with the asset team. All right. Are we streaming any of these con games? This one, there are several people that have requested to stream. The only thing I will mention that has to be done is that you have to get pre-approval from all the players prior to actually streaming the game. Because so you would actually have to post it in your messaging before the players sign up so they know what they're getting into. Because, we at the end of the day, it's about making the players comfortable. So, but absolutely, we'll definitely we want to see some streamed games for sure.
Yeah, I like how Ketup is the one who asked that, and he's the one who helped provided some stream assets for our lovely members who want to stream. So thank you again, Ketup. You keep doing us amazing favors, and you are amazing. This should be a fantastic event. Jason C asks, is this going to be on the MCG server or the CU server? Everything we're talking about is on the Cypher Unlimited Discord server. We will be using, to answer your question, Great Rabbit, it will be at the GM's discretion. Some people prefer to use Google Hangouts or whatever the alternatives are. We will have voice channels set up on the Discord for the convention, but it's up to the GMs whether they want to utilize those or, maybe use a VTT or whatever have you. You may need to sign up for a free VTT account should the GM be using a virtual tabletop. They need to, go ahead.
I gotta correct that. Every game will have to be somehow run through the Cypher Unlimited Discord server due to the reasons us for monitoring duties. So no one's allowed to actually use Google Hangouts. It has to go through the CU Discord server.
Okie dokie then. All right, so then we will be providing those rooms. The only reason I mentioned that is because I saw on the sign up people were mentioning like how they want to play. But if we're doing Discord, we're doing Discord. We'll iron out these details, and this is more of we'll straighten out the details with the GMs, and they'll know that to run the games in our rooms, and we'll have a channel set up where GMs will be able to ping players, where only they'll be able to talk to GMs to wrangle players up and all that. We're trying to make it as smooth as possible and have it all held within the server if we can.
Yes. I mean, the ultimate goal, is to provide as a comfortable and moderated experience for all the players, and the easiest way to do that is to have it in one central location where, in case an incident does come up, there'll be someone to rectify the situation immediately.
Yes. We hopefully will have people available to troubleshoot any issues. Yeah. But the way everything's set up, it should go very smoothly. Fingers crossed. But the way the internet is, there is bound to be hiccups here and there. For you, the Great Rabbit, if any interested players, you can point them just to the Discord as a whole. Once they're in the Discord, they can see the special announcements channel, and that is where the bulk of the information is at the moment. Down the line, a couple days from now, probably, I would say probably Wednesday or Tuesday, we'll put out some verbiage that basically says, hey, we're about to, it's like basically like pre-registration, so to speak. You'll be able to get the roles. You won't have access to the to the videos yet, because they won't be up or anything, but you'll have access to the channels to see where everything is and get situated. We'll put out that verbiage again probably Tuesday or Wednesday, and it'll just be a reaction role type thing. You'll react to the message, you'll gain the Cypher Con attendee role, and then you'll have access to all those channels. And yeah, hopefully having that day or two buffer will give people enough time to get situated, know where things are, and then that Thursday we'll kick things off by posting the first couple of instructional or informational videos that we did with Sean K. Reynolds.
Also, it's just worth mentioning that we are a fully boosted server on the Discord, so we do have the best audio and visual quality that Discord provides, if anyone is worried about that.
Yes, we are boosted to the max, so our quality should be top notch. But yeah, if you end up having, and again, this is again with contingencies and whatnot, if the Discord channels end up not working out for whatever reason, I'm sure we can work something out to get you situated to get your game running. Whatever the case may be, we'll figure it out when the time comes. But the Discord channels should be good. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Static. I understand your concern. Yeah, it's more about a moderation concern as opposed to anything else. But since we are a fully boosted server, I don't have that much issues with the audio or visual quality. We actually on our Discord channel right now recording this, so.
Yeah, so like Malfecture said, it's usually only really an issue if it's on a user's end. Like if their internet is a little wonky or something, hiccups happen no matter what if their internet's a little wonky. But yeah, the Discord servers have provided pretty good space, and it does have virtual backgrounds. As you can see, our buddy Spiggs here has a virtual background. And just because we're talking about cameras and whatever have you, cameras are not, it depends on the game. Some GMs will want cameras, some GMs will not care. So if you don't have a camera, don't despair. Just look through the list of games once they get posted and find one that it's not a requirement for. I can't imagine many GMs will have that as an actual requirement. Some may, but yeah, the camera should not be a huge issue.
Yeah, I know me personally, I'm not going to have that as a requirement.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, we can get anyone who just signed up for the asset team, message us again directly, and we can hopefully
Also,
get that expedited.
No confusion. In order to be a player, you do not have to sign up for the asset team. If you just want to come on and play, you do not have to sign up for the asset team. This is only for people that want to post in GM games.
Correct. That sounds awesome, Samuel. People love Tolus. Yeah, so I feel like this should be a very fun convention. We have some great games lined up, and it looks like we have a bunch more GMs wanting to run games, so that list is going to get even better. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see how this turns out.
Also, too, if you want to run a game in a different time zone that's actually on the list, Kate said that she's willing to take up. There's already a couple of UK games set up and one Australian time game set up. Just contact Kate directly, and we'll share the link to the email that you could contact her to let her know that you want to post a game on a different time zone, and she's going to try to accommodate as many people as she can in those time zones.
Yep. Yeah, we again, like Anthony said, we do already have a couple people in other time zones, and I'm actually probably gonna run earlier in the day on Saturdays. So any European or whatever have you, members who are interested in playing, we should probably we will likely, more likely than not, have games available in those time periods as well. Because whatever 7 p.m. CDT is some outrageous time overseas, so we want to hopefully have the whole world participate.
So what are you? Chad is asking, what are you running, Al?
Oh, I don't know actually. So, one thing I was tossing about, and I think this might be fun, is I told Ket up about this already. I kind of want to do a game for quote unquote veteran regulars, because this is kind of being marketed towards new players, whatever have you. And some of our veteran regulars, I've already seen people talking about it. They feel bad taking spots from newer players. Which is understandable. This is being marketed as a hey, learn Cypher system. Hey, new players, come learn. You want to get your feet wet, whatever. This is the time to do it. So people can feel a little awkward if they're a veteran regular. Like, hey, this is meant to be for new people. Like, well, what am I supposed to do? So I will probably do something for people who are veteran regulars, and I've been working on something quietly for a little while now. I don't really want to talk about it right now, but I maybe might play test that. Tidal Blades is a good idea too, though, because that game seems... I have all the notes ready for that game. Wave Race at the end of it, it should be super fun. That's a contender, actually. That needs to be run. That needs to be run.
All right, so I'm doing 2 sessions of Sky High Teen Supers and 2 sessions of Willy Wonka the Chocolate Factory. So hopefully those should be pretty cool.
Those games, I'm just laughing at what Ken upset. He told me about it. It's called Quiet Time. He just stares quietly at the camera for 4 hours.
Have you ever seen Pootie Tang, that movie Pootie Tang, where he had the hit song and it was just him with opening his mouth?
I've never seen that movie. But that's gonna be my one shot, just for 4 hours.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, I'm doing Claim the Sky at Night at the Theater. It's a great game. I could run that game in my sleep. I've run that game so many times. So yeah, I could do that. I mean, I'm doing Sky High, A Night at the Movies. I could run that in my sleep. And I had this Willy Wonka one shot that I wrote a while ago. So I'm dust that off, and all I have to do is build the pre-gens, and I'm good to go with that too.
Nice. Yeah, and aside from Tidal Blades and my secret thing, I will say this though. It's like I will throw the teaser out there. It's like if Merkborg and Cypher System had a baby. But either way, I could also run my Path of the Flame Breaker one shot. It's just it's typical fantasy. That would be something for newer players. People coming from other things generally like fantasy, so having a little more fantasy on the table wouldn't be a bad thing. And that game was a lot of fun. I've run it a couple times, and it would be nice to see how another group handles it. Did you cut off? Oh shit! I think Anthony died.
Oh,
Are you back? I know you're back. No, you just fizzled for a second. Now you're back.
I was just saying, Donald wants me to run Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I've been meaning to work on that ever since he mentioned it the first time. I don't know if I have enough time to finish that, but I would definitely do Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
There's just so many fun ideas to be had, and with 3 weeks of Cypher Con time, and 3 days, so what comes out to 9 days of gaming. There should be plenty of games to be had and plenty of variety.
Malfectious, you ain't kidding. It's currently like 97 degrees here in New York, so it's probably messing with me.
It's like 112 over here. But Kedub saying my 3 games are titled Son of a Lich, Postmasters of the Universe, and Space Truckers versus Evil. All of that will sound awesome. And I'm pretty sure the Postmasters of the Universe is the one you ran for some of the other creators one time, right? That was that game, right? Yeah, it was a cool one.
just to talk to chat, yeah, this is basically a trial run. We're trying to figure out, like, first of all, is this sustainable to run? We kind of put this together, just some quick ideas. Eventually, we want to expand it to a full-fledged, like, not to say real con, but like a full-fledged con where there's actually events and other stuff aside from games and the one thing. Is there any one thing that you think we could do this go round that's rather simple and easy to implement that we could try to implement for
Oh,
this
I
con?
I know one right off the bat. People love panels, right? Discord has
Yeah.
that stage thing. We've never really messed with it. We could potentially, and again, just as a trial, just to try it out. I don't know what topic we would discuss, but we pick a topic, one of us. Hey, what you call it? We're gonna talk about this, and then me or you or whoever, talks about said topic with the crowd. They ask questions, what like a panel, like if you were at a con at a panel. That's easily the one thing people they see Galroth panel. Yes. Raffle maybe.
Asking for another raffle. Every time we do raffles, I spend hours on hours on hours.
See, even solo RPG guy, I wouldn't mind being on it. But there we go. We got the solo gamer panel right there. Boom.
We could
Oh,
on a panel. Maybe see, like the MCG team is busy with actual real con season right now. It'd be really cool that we could maybe get somebody from the MCG team to come on and do something too as well, or a content creator panel. Yeah, maybe we could work something out.
Jack One Spade brought up an excellent point, and I'm gonna bring it up just because it's like perfect
What's up, Jack?
criticism. I think knowing more about it ahead of time would be good. I only found about it like this week. Yeah, so like Anthony was kind of alluding to, this was kind of done. I don't want to say haphazardly, to sound unprofessional, but it kind of was patched together, so to speak.
Jack,
Oh,
we would have liked to know that ahead of time as well. You know, I think that I I think that we wanna, like, it turned into like, hey, it'll be cool if we do this to F it. Let's just try to do it.
yeah, it
And that
literally was that. It was Kate, or I forget if it was Kate or a big meeting, but it was like, hey, what would be a cool idea if we did this little online thing where people could come and learn about Cypher system. And the initial premise was people would bring their D&D characters and we'd like convert them, and then we'd run a fantasy game for them, and that was like the little conjecture part, right? And then like literally a week later, it was like, hey, this is the plan, this is what we're gonna do. And that was about like a month or two ago, and we've kind of been doing it as we go. So yeah, next time, if this becomes a regular thing, there will definitely be a lot more notice for sure.
Just for the record, anyone on CU or anyone involved, Ked Hub or anyone participate, no one here is getting paid for any of this. So this was done on the spare time of, when people had time to actually do stuff. So that's why it was sort of done, on short notice. But if we extend it to a bigger con, it'll actually be, planned out a ton better. But you're absolutely right, Jack. This should have been told a month or two in advance. But that's why I keep on calling it a mini con, because for the essentially of the games and the one, the Thursday of learning videos from Sean, that's essentially what it is.
And Jack Spade, I didn't consider that shade or anything at all. It was good. A valid perspective or viewpoint, like that is definitely something in the future that we should get way more advanced, like way more.
Well, we can't consider it shade if we ask the question in advance.
Yeah, exactly.
That was pretty shitty on our part. Hey, can you give us some give us some feedback, and you give us feedback, and then we get offended? That's kind of crappy.
But yeah, this should be an excellent event. I'm really excited. Yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I want to get it happen a game. I'm curious to see what what people's reactions are to the videos we shot with Sean, because a lot of these same questions that Sean answered in our videos come up often. So it's going to be good to hear it from the horse's mouth, so to speak, of someone that works for MCG actually breaking down. Jack, Mystery Flesh Pit will be on there because Gonza has committed to run Mystery Flesh Pit. So just be on the lookout for Gonza to post a game or two. And like I said, Gonza's donating products as well. So I don't know what he plans to put in our little giveaway baggie. But I don't know. Maybe there's going to be something in there from that as well.
And just to read this, just because it's excellent advice from the Great Rabbit, more notice would also help GMs set up ahead of time. I organize an event every year and start signing up GMs 6 to 8 months ahead of time. So we need to get on that. That is pro advice. And next time around, should we do this again, we will definitely be looking at more advanced notice in that range.
The Great Rabbit will be hitting you up after this con is over.
And someone else said something good. Oh, it's no static. While advanced planning is valuable, scrappy on the fly events are hella fun, and that's what the scrappy on the fly event right here is happening. And it should be hella fun. Like he said or they said, it should be a lot of fun. Yeah, there's gonna be plenty of games. The videos Sean made with us are pretty informative. They're very short. They should inspire a good discussion though for new and veteran players alike. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, I think that this is going to be a great trial and error for us so we could actually see, what we're capable of doing, with the limited resources, what we were provided. So I think this is going to be fun. I think this is going to be interesting. Hopefully the end goal is to get as many people playing Cypher System as they possibly can. And yeah, this is going to be great. Also, if you don't have time to GM, don't hesitate to hop in the game and play as well. Because, from what I'm understanding, there's going to be 6 to 8 games run every day, and they're going to need players. So hop in and play a game. Like I said, I plan to play the game.
I like what Malfectious just said. Cypher System Con should be like Cypher System Games. Little to no prep, and the event details are written on a soggy napkin. People equal fun? Question mark? Oh, man.
You mentioned that earlier. In order for you to get players to be in a streamed or recorded game, you have to get the concession from the players first. So first, it has to be stated in your GM blurb that you plan to record or stream this, so the players are well aware before they even sign up for the game. And that's one of the reasons why we want all the games to be run through the CU Discord, because we will have moderators during the time frames of the actual games, just in case instances of this comes up. Because the ultimate goal is to make sure every player is playing in a safe and healthy environment, not putting them in positions where to make them feel uncomfortable. So, one, you have to state it that you plan to have a stream game, and two, if a player refuses to participate in this, we want to be able to put that person in another game as quickly as possible.
And what Ketup said here is an excellent point as well. I would also like to offer for my games, if you are new and not comfortable actually diving into it as a player, but want to learn more, I'd let you spectate, but we might have to have you muted during it. And that is something that happens pretty often on the Discord server. As long as you have the GM's permission, just ask them or whatever have you, hey, is it okay if I join the channel and spectate? Just as long as you're respectful, keep yourself muted. Most GMs won't mind having a spectator to sit in on their games. It's kind of like if you're going to a con and you see people sitting around a table and playing, you just kind of walked up and started watching. But, since we're in an online environment, we do have to keep that online etiquette. Keep your mic muted and, try not to be as least intrusive as possible when being a spectator. And again, be sure to get the GM's permission.
Yes, consent on both sides is very important. If you want, not only the GM but the players as well.
Yep. Exactly. As long as you get consent from the entire group that, hey, spectators are okay, Boom. You are good.
So, Al, you got anything else to add? Anybody in the chat? What do you guys plan to run? Or are you excited for CypherCon?
So what
Let me.
Malfectious said here is a good question. Could a one shot be a live session for players to actually create characters? I know a lot of new players hesitate on this point. I feel like it's the 4 hours is for your game, right? You have a 4 hour block to play your game. If you want character creation to be part of that as a way to teach players, I would say kind of have it ready and have it as part of your blurb, like, hey, we'll do character creation, but have pre-gens ready to just in case people do not want to do that. But yeah, I don't see a problem with having character creation as part of your like 4 hour block, as long as you know you're not keeping people trapped there for 6-7 hours. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Also, bear in mind, guys, that this is for a game for 6 players. So if you can't do character creation for 6 players, I mean, I know you could do it, but if it's going to eat into a big part of your actual game time, you might want to reconsider that. But once again, that's up to the GM's discretion.
Yep. Nice. Galroth says they got an Alien franchise game and a Western game. We always love to see Westerns. We don't see enough Westerns.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we hit all the major points. Oh, Shadow says they're running, or Jason says they're running the Takings. We heard what Ketup was running earlier. I like what Ketup said here. I'm setting it up with very limited character options for the one that does have character options. Like some descriptors and like 5-6 possible foci. Like super limited. Like that's a good way to do it. Like super pare down the list of things they can choose from and have it be a kind of a plug and play experience instead of, hey, we're going to build a character from scratch. Like, hey, this is a couple descriptors. These are a couple types, or, the 4 types. These are a couple foci. Mash them together. We'll make a pre-gen. That's a good way to do a character creation as well on the fly.
Dean just hopped on. He's running Weird West. I actually played that game. That was hella fun. So that'll be exciting for other people to experience that.
Sharknado Adventure, Malfection says.
Great Rabbit is running Castaway. That's a fantastic adventure, and Salvage over Saturn. Super excited to see those MCG adventures, con adventures. I think I'm running a con adventure. I was thinking about the Taken actually, because I ran that at GameoCon.
We have a whole book of adventures. What is it? The 10 years of adventure? Like, just whip that open and pick one. What was I gonna say? I think I am gonna commit to at least one Tidal Blades game, because I actually don't. I think one person on the server says they play like a game regularly, or I have played a couple times, but I feel like I haven't seen much chatter of people actually playing it. So yeah, I think this will be a good time to actually get some people playing Tidal Blades. So yeah, I think I am gonna commit to running at least one Tidal Blades game. So keep an eye out for that.
I've never played a Tidal Blades game. I would hop in your game, but that'd be kind of crappy.
I actually haven't run or played it either. I just read the book and came up with that one shot and then never did anything with it. That's how these things go, though.
And you know what's perfect about this is that this leads right into the actual con season. Like Cypher Con, the last week of Cypher Con is what you call a Gen Con, right? Or leading into Gen Con.
Something like that.
So you go from the Cypher Mini Con. So if you're running, and then if you go to Gen Con and run for MCG, this is your prep work.
Yeah. And Ketup made an excellent point. If, like me, one of the games you run has anything like horror elements, make sure this is clearly stated when announcing your game. You want to make sure people don't sign up for something they may not be comfortable with. So just to piggyback off that, if you have anything in your one shot that you feel might be like an X card or a line for people, be sure to include that. Horror elements, trigger warnings, whatever have you. If you feel like it might bother some people, even a little, be sure to have that information on the forefront, or at least discuss it before diving into your game with the players. Some people might not consider things, this far in advance, but at least before you run the game with your players, like, hey, there's a potential for this. Is that okay? Whatever have you. But again, the more advanced you can do it, the better.
You old dragon, I'm definitely gonna run Sky High. on one Saturday and one Sunday. So I don't know the exact dates yet, but I'll definitely post it on one Saturday and one Sunday. And Great Rabbit, summer is con season for me because I don't work in the industry. So when I say con season, I think of Gen Con, Comic Con, Game Ho Con. You know what I mean? Like those are the cons that I normally hit.
Yeah. Would be cool if we could drop everything and just do that full time, but gotta pay the bills, unfortunately. But yeah, and as for me, I think I will be aiming because I work Fridays and Sundays. I am free Saturdays, so my game will probably be on the earlier side of Saturday to allow for other time zones to participate. I believe the majority of games are taking place starting around 7 p.m. CDT. I will probably be aiming for maybe like, I don't know, like 1 p.m. CDT or earlier, maybe a 12 p.m. CDT, something like that as a start time. Just again to have a little more wiggle room for anyone who's in other time zones and wants to participate. Cypher Con shirts not ready yet. We will be putting those together shortly, so be on the lookout for that.
They will be ready prior to next week for sure. Sammy, I'm sorry. I'm not sure if we answered your question again. You can always repost it.
Oh, wait, there we go. How many slots are we allowed to have for this con? That's the question. I don't think there's an upper limit. As long as there's slots available and you're not running yourself ragged running games, you can take the slot. As long as you're not... Oh, go ahead.
The only thing I will say, even though we're not controlling, MCG is actually controlling who's how many slots are given to who. But currently, there's 6 to 7 games scheduled for each slot. So if it wouldn't be fair if you're running every slot. Also, if you cancel in the first week and there's people wanting slots in the second and third week, expect to be bumped because it's unfair. If you're a last minute canceller, it's unfair to having MCG having to scramble to find a new GM for that spot.
Facts. So yeah, so if you're gonna sign up for games, be sure you can do them as a piggyback.
And Lord's Company Press, I would love to talk to you online. Hit me up on Discord after this, and we could definitely talk.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Perfect. We need to get that pinned if it's not pinned yet.
Yep.
But yeah, cool. If there's no other questions or anything, I think we pretty much hit the hell. Oh, yeah, I answered it. That was the question. That was the time slot question. If you could run multiple games or whatever.
And the one last thing that we have to bring up, which we should have been, and I think this probably has goals that we probably don't have to say this because I know the CU community, we're a fantastic, loving bunch. But let's just be kind to each other. Not only the players kind to the GM kind to the players, but let's make this an enjoyable experience for everyone, guys. No one here is professional. No one here is, the ultimate goal is we want people to love the Cypher system as much as we do. So let's make this a great experience for everyone. And let just be kind and considerate to each other. Let's love each other. Let's roll some funny shaped dice and let's tell some funny and great fantastical stories.
Yes, like you said, it kind of goes without saying because everyone in this community is so accepting and nice. But yeah, let's be a little extra so for this one because there's probably gonna be lots of new people coming around trying out the Cypher system, and we definitely want to put our best foot forward. With something like this, especially since it's the first time around trying it out. So the nicer it goes, the better it goes, the more likely are to do it again. Take it easy, Jack Spade. Yeah. And Kedub made another good point or good whatever. On the schedule also states on the Discord any requirements for players. So I guess I can read that real quick. It's just a couple.
You know what? We should post a consent and gaming form in the con room.
Yeah, we can do that. That's definitely doable. We'll get that in the player and the GM room. The GM channel will have some tools or advice or whatever as needed for GM. So that's an excellent one to we'll put that in there right now. There's nothing in it right now. That's a good one to start it off with. But yeah, just to go back to what Ketup was saying, just the little requirements or whatever. Most of them are pretty straightforward. But access to the internet and Discord. This is going to be purely run on Discord, so join the Discord if you haven't. Let me go ahead and put that in the chat again. What is it? Access to the CU, which is that link there. A working camera, and that's only for games that require it. It's nice to be seen. The real actual requirement is a functioning way to speak and hear others. So a microphone, headset, whatever, be sure to have not a very good, as long as it works well and you can be understood, you are golden. Remember, this is not a professional level thing. As long as you can be heard and hear others, you should be good. Actual dice or an online dice roller. We also have a dice roller on the Discord you can use, which there are instructions in the welcome channel on how to use it. There also, this is optional, an account for virtual tabletop. There is a good chance that the GM running your game will utilize a virtual tabletop. 99.999% of the time, this is a free thing, and if it's not, they probably will not be allowed to use it. So anything that requires money to sign up will not be an option. So anything like Roll20, Owlbear Rodeo, so on and so forth, all the free stuff, you might need to make an account there to be able to see the desktop or the tabletop that they're using. And then lastly, a reliable device. So be sure that your device is either charged or plugged in, or that your internet connection is well. We don't want you suddenly disappearing in the middle of a game. And I think that's basically it. And if you ever run into any troubles, we have a lot of technical wizards on the server. Not everyone is so technically inclined. If you're struggling in any capacity, feel free to reach out to a mod, to anyone on the server. We have a bunch of friendly people who will definitely be willing to help you out. And if you have, this is a good question too. If you have any problems during the games, and this will also be in the GM chat, the GM channel, you will just ping the golden ones. The golden ones will ping all the mods, including myself, Anthony, and Dean. And yeah, this goes to troubleshoot anything, whether it be connecting to your channels, players are missing, unruly players, God forbid. But yeah, any issues you're having, just ping the golden ones in that Cypher Con GM channel, and we can help you out.
I mean, that is essentially the main reason why we were encouraged to have all the games being run on the Discord server, for those very reasons.
Yes, exactly. So these have been some excellent questions. Thanks, guys, because these are things that we did not put out initially during our messaging. So
the whole list to go back to MCG with, to say, hey, we got to think about this, so this is great.
Yeah, so thank you very much to everyone who has been contributing with their questions and commentary and whatnot. This has been excellent, because like we said earlier, I forget how it was phrased in the chat. We're kind of going with the flow here. We're figuring it out as we go. It's on the fly. Oh, so on the fly scrappy. They're on the fly scrappy event. Yeah. So yeah, have a great night, Yuli Dragon. If you're heading out, thank you for stopping by. And yeah, we're hoping for the same. But yeah, Anthony, is there anything else we need to hit on before we get out of here?
It's just hop on Thursday, July 20th is the start date. We'll be posting the first 3 videos about learning the Cypher system. Hopefully, all the following 3-day games will be all set and booked by then. We hopefully will have the Sign Up Genius posted. I think Kate said no later than Sunday. So we'll have the first week of games sign up sheet set up by either Saturday or Sunday, and the cutoff date is the 20th for all games being posted. So the Sign Up Genius from the 20th, you'll be able to see every game being posted, for the entire 3-week con. So hopefully we'll fill up all these games, and let's roll some funny shaped dice and let's have some fun. Let's show the outside community what the CU is all about, that we are, a loving community, and let's spread that love to everybody else.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. And just to piggyback a little off what Anthony was saying about the Sign Up Genius link, just because it makes sense and will streamline things. Along when we post that Sign Up Genius link for players to start signing up for events, we will also have the role reaction tied to that message, so players can players and GMs. So we'll start adding GMs sooner than later, but players specifically will, along with that Sign Up Genius message, be able to get their CypherCon attendee role to be able to see those channels and get themselves situated within those channels to know what's going on.
From if you like Cypher Unlimited and you like what we do, join the Cypher Unlimited Discord for all things Monty Cook games, especially if you want to join Cypher Con. We have the largest fan-run site for all things Monty Cook games. We have games being run, many on-the-fly conventions, conversations and discussions being had. And our videos are always free, but you can always give us a little donation on Ko-fi if you like. Give us a sub here on Twitch, or go to our YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe there. We're always trying to build both platforms. Or go to our online store and pick up some cool Cypher Unlimited merch like the hat I got on, or soon to be released Cypher Con shirts. And last but not least, most importantly, we love you guys.
Yeah, thank you again so much, everybody, for stopping by. Be sure to join the Discord if you haven't. That's where everything is going down. And yeah, it should be a blast. So from us at the CU, we will see you later.